Welcome everybody, RedAR23 here, got another addition to the playbook today. We're going to be doing Duality. Unfortunately we get to pump up Mac's ego by adding another playbook video to his name and his repertoire. But here we go, this is Duality. So what we normally see is that we have this rocket launcher here and these flamethrowers here, which is going to require 2 shocks straight off the bat. We normally look for a finishing spot around 6 o'clock. And you can clear these 2 mines. We will see once the Zookas get there whether or not they would have triggered those. There's usually this shock launcher and these 2 rocket launchers, and occasionally there'll be a sneaky splash damage in here or in here, so you just definitely need to watch out for those. So these are sort of the standard 4 shocks, the rocket launcher, 2 flamethrowers, shock launcher and 2 rocket launchers. Got to make sure that we're not luring any laser into range, but that one looks like it's plenty far away. And usually the standard play is to do a flare landing to the right. Because it's a bit of a shorter walk, Mac's going to clear that boom mine as well, but you can leave it if you don't have the GBE. It's only 2 arts, so it's 3 and 5 is 8, and Mac's got plenty of GBE to be doing that and this hit. And then his flare, see how that smoke is very low. He could afford to throw it a little bit higher just because of that rocket launcher range. And his first flare is going to be just next to this cannon. The reason he's doing this is he just wants the Zookas to be nice and tight before he flares them up. Although you could, if you have a perfect flare landing, you could flare directly to that spot. You could also do a flag landing and then flare in. It's all up to personal preference really. Now we're into the spot. The Zookas are going to be targeting all of the closest defenses. So the Zookas on the right might target this sniper, the Zookas at the bottom might target the boom cannon on the bottom, and cannon on the left. So they're all going to be reasonably compact, and then we're going to flare onto the core, so they're going to be trying or moving towards that position. So have a little bit more different spread. So there we go, they're all under the smoke quite nice and neatly. They definitely would have triggered those mines, so it's great that we cleared them out of the way. One mine would have been sweet, but the next mine would have poofed a whole bunch of girls. And here we go. For the core rush, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 shocks. Definitely could use some critters in the mix. For all of these single shots, they're just going to be firing consistently. I would have preferred the reshock onto the flamethrowers because they're going to be the ones firing first. We probably could have used the rocket launcher delay, although he did use a little bit of it during the landing. It definitely would have lost less kills if he shocked the flamethrower, but that's all good. And with the early predicted medkits for the takedown, I like it. So that's Duality, a nice simple flare landing to the right with either a gather flare or that final flare, and see how those Zookas, you really want to position that final position flare nice and perfect for the minimal spread, and clear that mine before you get there. Here we go, let's have another quick look at it. In hindsight, he probably could have flared straight to the finish spot, but that's all good. And this is where he flared for that perfect lack of spread. And there we go, flare onto the core, 4 shocks, game over. You definitely want to be looking for all those other defenses that are around that may be in range. And there we go, boom goes the core. That was Duality, nice and quick one for this one. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below how you go with Duality. Sometimes it is better to go out at 3 o'clock or 12 o'clock. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find that video very soon for the playbook, but that's all good. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe for more Boom Beach.